Hi, welcome to Finding the Word. My name is Melanie Brown. Today's word is grow. And I was just commenting on one of the boys and how they were growing. And they said, "No, I'm not growing. I never grow." And I'm like, "Yes, you are. Look at that. I can see from where you come up to me. Also, look at the wall up there. You guys, don't you mark the wall? And then you also have, like, look at your pants. You can see, like, you've grown." And he's just like, But then after he looked and compared some things, it's like, you know what, I think I have grown a little bit. Yes. I'm like, you have definitely grown. But then that hit me, because sometimes we have areas in our life that we feel like we're just not really measuring up. We need to do so much better. We could really grow more. And we're not really looking at the fact that we may not be where we want to be yet, but we really have grown. There was conversations we can have with people where our responses are better. We're using more patience than we may have realized that we're using, or a situation of something that we normally would have been super frazzled about, but then we realize, you know what, I need to give this to God now. And maybe you still got a little upset, but you're quicker to give it to Him. You're quicker to relax and rest in God about certain things. That is showing growth, that we may have more growing to do, that we can acknowledge that we have grown in certain areas. And so the word grow brought me to James 1:15, and I will read verses 12 through 18. God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward, they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love Him. And remember, when you are being tempted, do not say, "God is tempting me." God is never tempted to do wrong, and He never tempts anyone else. Temptation comes from our own desires, which entice and drag us away. These desires give birth to sinful actions, and when sin is allowed to grow, it gives birth to death. So don't be misled, my dear brothers and sisters. Whatever is good and perfect comes down to us from God, our Father, who created all the lights in the heavens. He never changes or casts a shifting shadow. He chose to give birth to us by giving us His true word, and we out of all creation became His prized possession. We've got to take a look at areas in our life, ask the Holy Spirit to make it plain. Where do we need to make adjustments? Where are we having desires or things coming in where sin could potentially grow? It could be a show we're watching, have no business looking at. Could be conversations we're having with people. Whatever those desires or things may be, we definitely want them pointed out so that we can work on that, not giving them the opportunity to grow. My prayer for you would be the same for me, that we could continue to grow in the Lord. And don't forget to find the word. I will see you tomorrow.